Tonight's a celebration. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen and friends of American Bandstand, Dick Clark.
Very much. Please, I was hoping you'd do that, to tell you the truth. No, that's really nice. I mean, words should come to me very quickly now. They should drop out of my mouth. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. I've waited a long time for this night. It's going to be a memorable night. There's so many friends here and so many memories to share and good people, and it's a very special night. I thank you very, very much for coming to share it, because I think it's part of your life, too. Yeah, I had a little speech I put all together, and it was full of jokes and stuff like that. Listen to me pant now. I mean, my little heart's going doing, 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 and it shouldn't do that. But it is kind of an unusual night, because I would like to tell you what's on my mind and in my heart, rather than give you all sorts of prepared stuff, because I've thought about it. What do I say to people on a night like this? American Bandstand is a very special show, for a rather strange reason. It arrived on television about 30 years ago, and the critics were not too kind in those days. And there were a lot of parents who were a little scared, too. But you know what happened? Along the way, Bandstand was sort of like a stray puppy. It arrived on the American doorstep. It hung around. It became a member of the family, and it became part of Americana. The show has never won any big awards. The critics have never been really great to it. Nobody ever really loved this show except the people. Millions and millions of people have watched it, and they've grown up with it all along the way. You know, and somehow or other, along the way, it became the longest running entertainment television show in the history of television. Now, that's not bad. Now, this, by the way, is the original American Bandstand podium. I have had this in my garage, waiting for this night. Fellas, could you drop that backdrop in, please, for a second? Now, this hasn't seen the light of day for years. This, some of you have never seen. This was about to be thrown away in Philadelphia, and one of the guys who used to be a cameraman on American Bandstand, a good friend of mine, Vince Gasparo, found it, folded up, saved it, like he put it in his garage. And I asked him, could I have it? Because, to tell you the truth, we asked the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., if they would take these old relics and put them on display. And unfortunately, they said yes, because I don't want to give it away now. I really kind of like to have it back in the garage for a while. I really don't want to let them go. But, Chubby Checker, you remember this podium? You were there, all right? We used to sit around the bottom, and we would do the interviews sitting around the bottom of this thing. I have a photograph here, a gem. This is you getting a gold record and splinters all in the same sitting at the very same time. A lot of famous people sat down there. And the podium started with the show in 1952, which means that when American Bandstand was born, Chubby, you were, I think, 11 years old. Yeah. Bruce Springsteen was 3. Little Stevie Wonder was really little. He was 2. And where's Debbie Boone? Debbie Boone, you wouldn't even be born yet. You were 4 years from being born when the show went on the air. Now, when you stop to think about it, there aren't many, people, stars who've been around as long as American Bandstand. I thought of 3: George Burns, Milton Berle, and Bob Hope. So I tell you what I did. I asked them for their thoughts on American Bandstand.
American Bandstand, great show. I've been watching Dick Clark ever since I was a little kid.
Now, I know that for years there have been a lot of jokes around about, do I have a portrait in the attic, or how do I say, you know, all that stuff. America's oldest living teenager. People say to me, what is the secret, Clark? The secret is industrial strength Clearasil. That is the secret. You know, I've always felt that I was very lucky to be associated with Bandstand because we've been on television about 5,000 hours.
Oh, really?
We played over 60,000 records, and we've had over 9,000 performances.
Thrilling.
The average age of our dancers is 17 years and 8 months.
Okay, pal, you through? On my shows, I told 58,000 jokes. Some of them were mine. I took 6,400 pratfalls. I did 7,200 takes, some of them double. I get hit with 450 powder puffs, 620 seltzer bottles, 830 pies. Oh, and I wore 953 dresses. Your turn, Dick.
Touche, Milton. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. We've had over 600,000 kids dance on the bandstand, and we have invited some of the bandstand regulars to be with us tonight to bring us up to date and dance for us one more time. And I tell you what, too, we also have. You're going to see about 200 of your favorite stars. So, in the end, what impact has American Bandstand had on our civilization? I'm really not sure, but you know, when the world comes to a final end in a series of shattering explosions, the smoke will clear, and a heavenly voice will proclaim above it all.
I like the beat. It's so easy to dance to.
Thank you very much for being here.
Special guest arrives on the scene right after this important message.
And here's a clue. She's got Betty Davis eyes.
American Bandstand's 30th anniversary. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Be an original. Be a pepper. And sugar-free Dr. Pepper with the taste that's gonna open your eyes.